This is the Maibalzich podcast, episode 9. For real. What I know and what you don't know that is I recorded an episode 9 and it was trash. All of it. So I'm doing this one. Also, it was right before I went to go see the new Joker movie, and now I've seen the Joker movie, and so I can't wait to talk about that. This is my first kinda sort of review-ish, but people talk about movies all the time, and they just slap the word review on the title like some kind of clickbait or whatever. It's a review. It's a spoiler. So if you haven't seen the Joker, I'm going to talk about it later, but just go see it. It's a great movie, and I'll talk about it. I'll try not to get too movie snobby about it, because I'm not a movie snob. I'm just a regular guy that just saw the movie for free because my cousin Jeremy had some tickets. Shout out to Jay Booyah! Jeremy. I'll get him on here soon enough. But for now, it's just me by myself. There's no cats. I'm just in here in my quarters. And I have some other news for you. This is an exciting episode. The Chicken Sandwich Tournament of Power continues. So as of right now, the first contender was McDonald's with the homestyle, whatever sandwich. Had a 7. Might bring it down, but you know what? Fuck it. They got a 7. But Whataburger, after a drunken night of singing and dancing, well, mostly singing, no dancing, got a Whataburger chicken strip sandwich with barbecue sauce, maybe some cheese. I still don't remember the cheese, but according to Google, there's cheese on there. But in a surprise twist, but not really a surprise, I like this Chicken Sandwich Tournament of Power because it has a story. Now, Whataburger came out of nowhere, and I was going to get a burger that night, and I mean, you already heard it, unless you didn't. But if you skipped that episode with Grace, good, because, it's Grace. Ugh. Shout out to Grace. Shout out to everyone. I'm feeling alright today. Life sucks, but I'll figure it out. But, I'm going to keep on going. And I want this podcast to keep going with these Chicken Sandwich Tournament of Power updates. Without getting too, side quested, let me just explain this sandwich. A new contender number 3. Cue the theme music. I want to say it's something by Leonard Skinner. It's from KFC. Kentucky Fried Chicken. It was going to be from Popeyes because I just wanted to get this fucking shit over with. But sure enough, the Popeyes over there on Morbach also doesn't have any chicken sandwiches. So, gotta wait a little while. It's like, dude, Popeyes is like Jiren just meditating on top of the mountain, waiting for like whoever Goku is in this analogy to come and like challenge him. Also, another contender that I almost had, I was this close, you can't see me, but I'm holding my finger up, maybe an inch or two, from getting the Wendy's. Wendy's was almost about to join the fray, but also decided to hold back because this just doesn't want to dirty its boots on the lower mortals of the tournament. But man, I was really close. I had a coupon for a spicy chicken sandwich, $5 for the whole combo, but I decided to get the double cheeseburger instead because I was really hungry and I just wanted a cheeseburger. I just paid my rent and I felt really good, so I just went for the burger. But man, I'm glad I didn't get the chicken sandwich because they have an ultra chicken sandwich. They got like 2 or 3 kinds because you can get the regular spicy. I almost said McChicken. Fuck. They have a spicy chicken sandwich. Your basics, with I think it comes with lettuce, kind of like what McDonald's has, but it's spicy. But there's also the super deluxe Super Saiyan chicken sandwich that comes with some cheese, some bacon, some jalapenos, and crispy onion thingies. I'm not gonna lie. Remember when I said I want to order these sandwiches as is? I'm deciding. God, I can't fuck with those onions. It's probably good, but you know what? I'm gonna have to eat it without those onion crisps. I'm sure it's good. I'm sure you're yelling at your car or whatever right now, but whatever. Because the Whataburger chicken sandwich came out of nowhere, came out the audience with the chair, smashes McDonald's from behind with the equalizer, does a DDT, and then and then here comes fucking KFC. Now, when I drove to KFC, there was a twist. It's a heartfelt story. You're gonna cry. Just get your Kleenex ready. I pull up, and they have 3 flavors of chicken sandwiches because it's a chicken place. You know, they don't fuck around. They got the honey barbecue. They got the southern honey. I think it's barbecue, and then like southern honey something or other, and then Nashville hot. It's like a buffalo sauce, and they drench the outside of the patty or whatever. So you're getting that plus the mayonnaise and pickles. Not too much, very simple, but it's all about that sauce that they put around the side of the chicken. But I pull up. I was gonna get the hot Nashville flavor anyway, but the other 2 flavors were all out, sold out. I don't know if it's because chicken places in San Antonio don't know how to stock their fucking chicken sandwiches, or it was like a sign from the gods. It was like, I don't know. It was like, okay, we're out of chicken sandwiches, but Alan, we got some Nashville hot for you for the podcast. Do it for the gram, do it for the pod. We're going to take care of this. So I order it with some, potato wedges and some Mountain Dew. Who am I kidding? I still have the Mountain Dew next to me. I'm be drinking it all podcast. But, dude, the girl, very nice, very sweet, takes my order. And then a dude's voice comes up. I'm like, oh, shit. He's like, hey, sir, we're out of the Colonel. I'm like, you're out of the Colonel? Yeah, we're out of the Colonel. We could put the chicken strips on the bun instead. I can get some big strips for you. Like, and then I thought, that doesn't count. It's not the chicken sandwich. You're just throwing in some chicken strips. You're gonna run out of the one that's available. Slap the sticker on there. Say it's sold out. But then I thought, woo, woo, woo. Yeah, that's my flashback sound. Woo, woo, woo. Whataburger came in with the chicken strips with the steel chair. Why can't KFC come in with the steel chair? You take one bite out of half of it, and then it made sense. Like, I was almost gonna disqualify it. I was gonna Earl Hebner that shit and be like, nope, ring the bell. But it's the same breading. It's the same chicken breast meat. He even told me it's chicken breast. It's the same thing. Like, fuck it. If it has the same sauce on there and the same toppings, which it did, they slapped that in a bun. They gave it to me. I raced home and ate it. Now, I guess I'll just describe to you how it went. It was pretty good. Now, KFC, as you all know, can be greasy. That original recipe chicken, oh boy. Man, just thinking about it, get my hands greasy again. And I don't know if it's from the grease that I didn't wash my hands, or I had my hand underneath my leg and I'm getting a little worried now, but don't worry about it. It was, I was afraid it was going to be too drenched in hot sauce, but no, it was like, I think it was enough in the breading and a little bit of grease over it, or sauce. Some grease kind of spilled over because the chicken strips are pretty long. I mean, these were good sized chicken strips. He didn't lie, he didn't skimp out. And it was kind of going off into the wrapper, and some of it landed on my computer. I had to wipe it off, and I'm like, that's a sloppy sandwich. And it had that like nice southern sloppy greasy quality to it that I'm telling you, like any other foodie would have been like, oh, grease, how dare you. I'm like, no, just chill the fuck out, alright? This is Kentucky Fried Chicken. They ain't gonna abide by the dry. The McDonald's was pretty dry. It was juicy enough, like, to be edible, but this Nashville shit, the chicken was nice and juicy. It was easy to bite into. Even the meat itself had some flavor. The breading had some flavor. They had the sauce. The sauce drenched into the fucking bread, which was nice and soft and buttery. And each bite was just a nice little treat. And it was good. Now, it was just 2 chicken strips, but again, remember, the Whataburger was a chicken strip sandwich on Texas toast. And the Texas toast portion of that sandwich is what gave, that signature move, along with the, barbecue sauce. But if we're going by sauce, you could easily go to KFC, get the barbecue flavor chicken sandwich, and boom. So I'm officially endorsing KFC's chicken sandwich. I'm giving it an 8. You know what? Fuck that. I'm giving it an 8.5. Take that to the bank, McDonald's. Go back to the drawing board and work on that shit. Because you don't suck. I tried to come up with something clever, but I mean, I'm trying to be as, unbiased as possible, but I'm just a sucker that likes greasy chicken from KFC. So, it's now a triple threat match. Everyone's in the ring. They're doing that thing where they're punching each other, but they're also slapping the ring with their boot, and it's like a triple threat match. And Michael Cole's just like, jerking it on the side with Taz. Is Taz still there? Is Taz still a thing? Michael Cole and Taz? It's been so long since I've watched that shit. But yeah, you bet your ass JR was screaming, "It's KFC! It's KFC! It's KFC! That son bitch!" And then or he comes out to some Kid Rock music. KFC would definitely come out to Kid Rock music. I am American Badass! And here comes the Colonel, looking all sexy from that anime dating simulator game. And he's like handing over the sandwich and, doing like sweet chin music to one of the other sandwiches. So yeah, KFC is in the match. The heat is on, as George Clooney would say as Batman from Batman and Robin. The heat is on. That was a dope movie. I ought to just do a Batman and Robin podcast. Just not even the Maibalzich podcast. I just need to quit this and do that. Just Batman movies, but never really acknowledge the Christopher Nolan movies because, I don't know, just to be a dick. Yeah, that's it. Chicken Sandwich Tournament of Power. Contestant number 3, KFC, with an 8.5. McDonald's had the 7, and Whataburger had the... I'm thinking back on it. I'm going to give it 7.5. It was good, but I think it's because I was just like, I'm hungry. But the drama of it all, I don't know, man. It's neck and neck. It's all in that 7-8 region. You know what I mean? And then, I don't know. Maybe 8.5 is a little too high. Because, anyway, it is what it is. It is what it is, alright? So just deal with that. And so, other than that, I mean, it's, just taking care of business. I just went to work. Things are getting a little crazy there at work. Thinking about new career options. I keep telling Josh, not Josh Milan, Josh Fozzie Bear, I wanna make beer. I wanna work at a brewery. He keeps shaking his head no. And I don't know, I'm just saying, if anyone out there knows a good brewery in town, I don't know, ever since I saw Strange Brew when I was a kid, they never really worked in the brewery. They just kind of visited and played hockey, dressed as stormtroopers. But I don't know. Just throwing it out there. I like Maybe one of my dream jobs is moving to Shiner, Texas, and making some Shiner Bog. I think that's my goal. Everyone's got to have a goal, you know. And if I could set mine to, work at Shiner, I wouldn't mind that. The people there seem nice. I wouldn't mind rocking like a yellow outfit, putting some ram horns on my car, and yeah. And anywho, I got a transmission from Alan in the past. It keeps coming up on my log. I think he has something to say about well, let's see what it is.
Hey, Alan, how you doing? I know you're busy doing a podcast, but this is you from the past. I'm over here, sitting in my car, and I thought I'd fill you in on a nice product review. This is going to be a great series, a great segment in your show. It's gonna make billions. My first product I wanted to do, I just wanted to shout out to the Celsius Heat. You remember those Celsius cans you used to drink, and most of the flavors were boring. They were pretty much bullshit, except for maybe the watermelon one. But your favorite was the orange with the black top. These Celsius drinks are they're kind of like an energy drink, but they focus more on giving you metabolism and healthy energy and stuff like that. Well, remember when they stopped serving the orange one for some reason? That was the best flavor. Well, now they got Celsius Heat, and the cans are a little bigger. They're tall boys, 16 ounces. It's Celsius Heat carbonated pre-workout, 300 milligrams of caffeine, 2,000 milligrams of L-citrulline. Sounds Italian. Like, this isn't a plug. I'm just letting you know that these thermogenic drinks, let's see, I'm just reading off the can here. Accelerates metabolism, burns fat, provides healthy energy. You could drink this and lose weight. You don't have to do a damn thing. But I just gotta let you know, these flavors are the bomb. I'm drinking the cherry lime. I've had the dragon fruit, and guess what? They got orange creamsicle. Who doesn't like an orange? Is it orange creamsicle or dreamsicle? I think it's called dreamsicle. You know what I'm talking about? Those popsicles. They're orange, and they got the white cream in the middle. And if you're a homophobe, you don't like admitting that you enjoy them, but you enjoy them. They're so good. And the purple ones are pretty good too, but we're not talking about purple, we're talking about orange. They got that flavor. They got what else they got? They got like a pomegranate, blueberry, or was it cranberry? They're all great, and they help you out. I'm actually getting some kind of energy. I stopped drinking Monster. I have to. My arm is tingling, and I'm getting scared here, dude. I'm like, I don't know what to think anymore. But these drinks, I'm checking the sugar content right now. Sodium is at 0. That's good. Carbohydrates at 2 grams. That's good. Pretty low. A lot of vitamin B6. A lot of biotin. 1,000% biotin. If this was on like a Joe Rogan, this would make a lot more sense. But I'm just an idiot here, looking at a can. Vitamin C, 67%. Look, I'm no scientist. I'm no nutritionist. But it's a good drink. It's better than it's better than Bang, I'll tell you that much. Shots fired at Bang. Screw you, Bang. You really let me down. You had one good flavor. The rest were just like... It's like unicorn barf. I don't know. Bang's alright. If you enjoy Bang, it's good. You get bang for your buck. Haha, I made a joke. But this has been where am I at? 4 minutes? Sorry to waste your time. I'm just here to review Celsius Heat. Cherry lime is pretty good. I know I had another flavor. They had great flavors. They're not skipping on the flavors. They're not all cheesy, natural fucking rhubarb flavor or whatever the fuck those other drinks try to give you, man. These are just flavors that hard-working men and women like me want to enjoy when they're about to, do a nice 8-hour shift or even just a 4-hour shift. If you need something guilt-free, this is good. Try it out. It's only $1.97 for the can. That's like the cheapest drink we got here in this store, man. Like, it's cheaper than a Monster. It's cheaper than a Red Bull. It's nuts. I don't know why we're selling it this cheap, but I'm going to take advantage. I finally found it. 0 grams of sugar. Clinically proven dietary supplement. Check it out, guys. This has been Maibalzich product reviews. Check me out next time when I review, read something else. Give me some ideas. Signing off. Back to you, Alan.
Oh man, that was long. God, I now know why I don't get laid. Shit like that, Alan. You are... Look, all jokes aside, the first time I recorded this, when I told you earlier I did episode 9, I sat through that whole thing, and I almost sat through it again, but no. But no, decent review, Alan. Way to go. Celsius. And also to give an update, the other flavors, if I remember correctly, you got cherry lime, orange, dreamsicle, or orangesicle. Yeah, it's like a creamy, like what he said, the one with the cock and the cream in the middle. And then you got blueberry pomegranate, pretty good. Inferno Punch. Sounds like a Street Fighter attack. And then you got a couple others. It's a pretty good drink, but we just started selling more Celsius drinks, and those are the same price. They're a little bit smaller, but they taste a little cleaner. And we got some more orange flavored drinks. And yeah, it tastes like the Pellegrino orange drinks, which are also pretty good. I ask myself, Alan, why don't you just drink regular ass tea or something? Just quit drinking these scientific ass fucking drinks and just drink something normal. You just said it yourself. You want to move to Shiner, Texas, and make some beer. You're not gonna have Celsius bougie ass fucking drinks. I mean, granted, yeah, you don't drink kombucha. That's good. I don't even think I'm allowed to drink kombucha with my current situation. I won't go into too much detail, but let's just say I'm just gonna stick away from kombucha. It's just weird. I can't get behind it. I think the drinks that I always get behind that really get me, full mast, nice and cranked up, are just regular tea, like a good unsweetened black tea with like some I don't know. There's stuff that we sell at my work. It's pretty good, but they don't keep them all chilled. Kind of sucks. And then we had one tea that was really good. I can't for the life of me remember what it was, but we stopped selling it. It made me really sad. But yeah, I want to keep things simple, and I want to keep things healthy. I want to start running again because I ran one day when I was running around Brook City base. Yeah, I want to do that again. But goddamn, man, it's just too hot. It's October. Chill out, out there. It's whoever's listening to this and you're wondering what it's like to live in Texas, it sucks, man. Just don't show up. If you came here to Texas from another cooler climate thinking it's just gonna be all nice and southern, you're gonna get some good food. I mean, there's gonna be some good food, but I mean, it's gonna be hot as hell too. You know what I mean? And just it's not worth it. I don't think it's worth it unless if you can handle the hotness. I can't. I'm staying the fucking side all the time. I got mosquitoes biting me all the time, and I just want to play my PlayStation, do my Let's Plays. you know? Which leads me into my next segment. I did start doing Let's Plays. Not your traditional follow me on Twitch bullshit, but just, I'm playing these games that have been piling up on my PlayStation queue, and I thought, well, I want to play them, but no one's going to see me play them. It's like I never played them, and I know it sounds really shitty, but I thought, Ellen, just play them, record them, do your little podcast bullshit over them, and then that'll be another little segment. And so, sure enough, I got four or five parts, I forget. They're really long. They're not to be considered podcasts. It's just me following puzzles. The Witness is a puzzle game, and a lot of it is just footage of me running around. And if you like seeing stupid people try to figure out puzzles, it's pretty cool. But I mean, it's pretty. If you want to put on the background and just look at some pretty landscapes, that's cool. Ugh, still got that Nashville in my throat. Give me the hickers. Yeah, so I'm doing that. I really gotta finish that game though. I'm like, you start a game and you want to go on to the next one. I got MLB waiting for me. I might do that, but I'm not gonna play that game very long unless it sucks me in like The Witness sucked me in. Because I'm willing to just trash everything on my board right now and just go straight to The Witness. Because I got stuck on one puzzle and it felt really bad, but I had to look up the fucking... I didn't know what to do. It was impossible. But then again, they don't explain the rules in that game. You gotta figure it out yourself, which usually that's the fun part, but god damn. They don't tell you shit. There's like a little Y or a little thingy symbol that means you gotta take off one of the other portions of the puzzle, and you gotta just, I don't know, it's I mean, it's fun. I mean, I could be playing it right now while I'm talking, but nah, I don't want to. I find when I'm recording myself playing it, for the Let's Play, I just stop talking for a while. It's very boring. So, I'm not going to do that to you. Where am I at? 23 minutes? Okay, well, I don't want to make this one too long, so I'll go ahead and start talking about the Joker. And just to help me out here, because I don't remember things too much. Let me see. It's still recording me? Okay. Yeah, I got the Wikipedia here. I'm still learning, But I do like talking about some movies. I heard a beep. What was that? Nah, I hope you didn't hear that beep. I like talking about movies. Joker, 2019, American psychological thriller, directed by Todd Phillips, who co-wrote the screenplay with Scott Silver, based on the DC comic. Everyone knows who the Joker is. You got your Jack Nicholson Joker. You got your Heath Ledger Joker. You got your 30 Seconds to Mars Joker. You got your Mark Hamill Joker. And you have a few sprinkled in. The old 60s Joker. I always forget his name because I'm a young cunt who doesn't remember, the people who started it all. But whatever. He was cool. They all had a good look. Those 60s characters. Catwoman was oof! Damn! Woo! Yow! And she like licking herself the whole time, and I think Michelle Pfeiffer tried to do the same thing, but it was like a gothic version. But yeah, that Catwoman. There was no Catwoman in the Joker. It was just Joker, and like I said, it's spoiler central over here. So I'm just gonna say whatever. I saw too many reviews and they didn't want to spoil it, so they're just being real vague with that shit. I'm like, ugh, just say it. Bruce Wayne's in the movie. They shoot his parents. The way they spell out the movie is, it was like, it's in the DC universe, which loosely, but They didn't shove it into any other movies. So I thought that was cool. It's not like a Jared Leto origin. It's his own Joker. Like plain and simple. You have all these versions of the Joker. You have Jack Nicholson's mobster, machismo, listens to Prince, version of the Joker. You got Mark Hamill's version, who's comical, silly. Bugs Bunny maybe murders people, but not really, because you never get to see it. Has a nice little girlfriend whom they may or may not abuse each other. And that one time when he shot Barbara Gordon in the spine, left her bleeding on the floor, undressed her, possibly raped her, took photos, and made Commissioner Gordon watch the photos as he was himself stripped naked. And yeah, everyone loves the Joker. Everyone's favorite character, the Joker. I want to be like the Joker. I want to be like Harley Quinn. Let's get together and listen to ICP and be a happy couple. Hit me, baby. Hit me. Yeah, and everyone loves the Joker. If I sound a little whatever, it's because I've liked the Joker. I never loved the Joker. Like, I get it. He's chaotic. He's the antithesis of Batman. He's always a thorn on Batman's side. I love Batman. I like what he stands for. But Batman's got his problems too. It's like, kill the Joker, alright? It will solve all your problems. Just kill him. No one's gonna care. But I feel like this Joker right here didn't need Batman. I liked it. I loved it. I don't know where to begin. But this Joker is not the Joker that you see in the comics or in the cartoon with Mark Hamill. Everyone's great. Even Jared Leto had his own little twist, but it was for the whole Suicide Squad. I think everyone in the Suicide Squad movie had their own little twist that was like not to be taken seriously, and it's a shame that Ben Affleck's Batman had to go up against Jared Leto's Joker. But again, I don't respect the Joker as much as everyone else does, because he's a psychopathic killer, and you shouldn't be rooting for that kind of guy. I don't see why everyone's in love with him so much. I think it's just people loving to hate people and just liking the idea of random chaos and murder. And these are the same people that go on Grand Theft Auto and don't do the missions. They just go on killing sprees, and it's like, what? I don't know. Maybe I'm just painting with a broad stroke. Joker could be cool. Heath Ledger was cool. His was a more psychological take on it. I like the idea that he might have been like a former veteran who came back and found out how fucked up the real world was, and it was all for nothing, and just throw a fork in it or a wrench into the machine and watch the chaos. And that's how it's like sort of the way Littlefinger does his chaos is a ladder type of thing. And hey, that was a Joker that's like, you when you think about it, you're like, maybe he's right, but because he's burning his money, he's very calculating. He's like, with Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, which Joaquin Phoenix, he's the man. If you haven't seen I'm Still Here, where he does his little method acting, it's when he went on David Letterman and had the glasses and the beard. That was all real. Like, David Letterman did not know what he was doing. He thought he was just coked out and drugged out, and like, oh, Joaquin, thanks for not being. It was a great segment, or a great interview, but it was him and Casey Affleck, and they wanted to see what it was like to be a reality star. So you take Joaquin, who agreed to just, completely reinvent himself. He told everyone he's quitting acting, he's quitting everything, he wants to be a rap star, and they kind of played it as real, kind of like what Borat does, where he goes around and he doesn't really let everyone else know that he's, it's all fake. You just want to get the real, knee-jerk reactions from everyone, and that's what Joaquin did. So I think that's when he won my respect. I never saw Walk the Line. I didn't get to see The Master. I've seen enough movies. I mean, I've saw Signs. Damn, now I'm trying to remember if I've seen any more Joaquin Phoenix movies. I must have. Gladiator? I mean, he was a prick in that one, but he was supposed to be a prick. I think he did a great job in that one. He's a great actor. And God, this movie is just going to launch him up the stratosphere. But having watched a few interviews, which Jimmy Kimmel, fuck you for doing that to him. You're just gonna blindside him with that interview, with that outtake where he's just in his character, and I don't like Jimmy Kimmel. With his little pudgy smile and his little yeah, fuck you. I'm sorry. I'm just okay. All the guys. Anyway, I'm not gonna bitch about Jimmy Kimmel. He's I don't know. He was on the Man Show. Did everyone forget he was on the Man Show? He used to glorify big-titted chicks jumping on trampolines and doing... I don't know. I don't get it. I don't get how people work or society. Nobody's me-tooing Jimmy Kimmel. Like seriously. Really bugs me. Sorry to get off topic. I didn't like what he did to Joaquin. Joaquin's my homeboy. He used to break dance. He told Jimmy Kimmel that he likes to break dance, and he was laughing in his face like, "Why are you making fun of me?" It's real, dude. I'm like, man, if I could just dance with Joaquin Phoenix, because I feel like he took the role of the Joker very seriously, but not to the point where it didn't fuck with him, because he's still the same actor. He had a blast. That's what he even said, that he had a blast doing the role, and he feels guilty that he had so much fun. And I'm pretty sure he's referring to the whole Heath Ledger losing himself and overdosing on drugs, and one of the Olsen twins may or may not have had a hand in that, but whatever. Let's not put on our tinfoil hats. Let's just talk about Joaquin Phoenix's Joker. His Joker is well, look, here's the thing you got to remember going into this movie, which was going through my head. The Joker is a maniac. He's crazy. He's a psychopath. He doesn't start off a killer. He starts off innocent enough, like everyone. We're all babies. We don't fall into this evil. Evil kind of just emerges. But what the Joker was, Arthur Fleck. Mentally ill stand-up comedian Arthur Fleck, who lives with his mother, whom you find out later on in the movie that she too suffers from, mental illnesses, from what did they say? Like delusional mind. She's delusional. I don't know all the fucking words. And she keeps asking about fucking Thomas Wayne. Thomas Wayne, where's the letter? Where's the letter? So she's like, is she crazy? She's old, she's frail, and Arthur's taking care of her, and he's working as a clown. He's got this it's kind of like a speech impediment, but it's like a Tourette's kind of it's a thing he has, and I thought it was really cool what they did with the whole laugh thing, because every Joker has to have a laugh. You got Jack Nicholson. I don't know. I don't really remember his laugh. Heath Ledger's laugh. His was scary because it came from moments of, "Ooh, you're gonna punch me." Well, I don't know how to explain it, but I think one of my favorite one of my favorite bits in The Dark Knight was when the Batman's interrogating him, and Batman's losing his shit. Like he doesn't have any control, because the Joker's just not letting in. Because Batman's used to just, knocking skulls and getting his way. And what happens when you know, hits a wall. Well, I don't remember the whole moving object, and I'm not very good at this, guys. My point is, Batman's beating the shit out of the Joker, and instead of going, "Ah, you're punching me. Ow, my tooth," he's just laughing because he knows that while he's getting the shit kicked out of him, he's winning. So that was pretty cool. But in this Joker, Joaquin Phoenix's Joker, it isn't like the everyone can have a bad day, which it's kind of based off that story, but he wants to be a comedian. He wants to get on the Robert De Niro show, and he watches it with his mom. It means a lot to him. But then over the course of the movie, you know, he's just like, just starts having his mental breakdown. One flake, one layer after the other. He finds out that the mom was lying to him, and that he's Arthur or Thomas Wayne's son. Then you find out from Thomas Wayne himself, like, hey, your mother was delusional. She's crazy. You're adopted. And of course, he thinks he's lying. Thomas Wayne punches him in the bathroom, and so he has to go all the way to the Arkham Hospital, which was another good scene. Very underrated performance by the man behind the window who gave him the file. That was man. That scene was pretty intense, and just the performances by these people. It's not the big chaotic, and then you got the violent scenes that everyone's bitching about. It's these smaller, I don't know, quieter moments. Even the ones with the girl whom you find out later he just imagined the whole thing. That was a nice twist. Lots of twists in this movie where some of them you kind of like you didn't see coming, but you should have. But you're like, wow. And it just wasn't corny. It wasn't like A, B, C, D. It was just, you're watching a crazy guy who never really had a chance because his mother, a single parent, was crazy herself, and they live in their little apartment, pretty much in poverty. He's skinny, he's bruised up, he's beaten, his brain is just mashed to mush, and that's why he laughs, because that's the only way he can get out any kind of emotion. So he's laughing at everything, and it becomes him. And then towards the end of the movie, when you ask, well, what's wrong with you? It's like, nothing's wrong with me. This is who I am. And it's one of those, yeah, you embrace who you are. Like, this is who I was the whole time. And he kills people, and those three, let's just admit it. Those three guys in the subway, they had it coming. Come on. Part of me, and maybe I'm a psychopath. First of all, maybe I'm a psychopath because this movie didn't really have an effect on me. I'm like, really? That's what everyone's clamoring about? That's what everyone's like? You could see any Asian cop drama that has more fucking shooting and more violence than that shit. I mean, come on, guys. Everyone's so nerfed these days. Everyone's so... Anyway. He shoots the guys in the subway, and it was visceral. It was loud. I'm sitting in the second row. I'm like, my neck's cricked up. I'm like, holy shit. But at the same time, I don't know, it felt good. And maybe that's like, I felt bad that it felt good. And I think the genius of this movie was it made me feel, or at least have an idea of what was going through Arthur's mind. That he just snapped, and he had this gun. By the way, the gun coming out of his pants in the hospital with the children, that shit was hilarious. I laughed. That's what I like. That's what I want to see from a Joker storyline. Just dark humor, just shit happening. And I'm going to get to my favorite bit, which I'm pretty sure is a lot of people's favorite bit later on, towards the end, but I don't want to get too ahead of myself. But no, like the subway shootout, he's just a normal clown. He gets the shit kicked out of him. And you're like, you don't want to see him get the shit kicked out of him again. Because the first scene was, like, harsh. He's getting the shit kicked out of him by those kids. And then that one asshole fires him. And that fat dude who screws him over, yeah, he deserved it. And so, oh, man, there's so much shit happens in this film that You got the little guy, the little Irish dude, who's like his only friend, and I didn't think Mark Maron would show up. I forgot Mark Maron was in this, but him and Robert De Niro, and then the show business side of things, making fun of him. And you know what? It brings me to, everyone's comparing this movie to Taxi Driver and a bunch of other movies from like Scorsese. And maybe I've seen Taxi Driver. I love that movie. I could see the parallels, but what it also reminded me of, because he had his wacky kind of mental illness, it kind of reminded me of Man on the Moon a little bit, especially the stand-up bits where he gets up on stage, and dude, when he's doing the laughing because he's just so nervous, you feel so bad for him. But you see the homegirl in the audience, whom you find out later wasn't even there, was just, wow. And that makes you wonder, because when you find out that he goes into the apartment, and you find out that everything with the girl, the neighbor, never really happened, and it even makes it a point to go back to some of the scenes and kind of tells you, which they didn't have to do that, but some people out there are a little slower than others, and so that's good. I didn't mind that. They go back and show you that she wasn't really in love with him. In fact, she was scared. She recognized them enough to not call the cops, when he breaks into the apartment. But he's going into the apartment, rubbing the backpack, and you're like, wait a minute, why is he rubbing the backpack? What? Because she's always out. Okay, let me just rewind a little bit, because another little genius thing about this movie is, like, you run into the girl and her daughter, and they're in the elevator, and they do their little, shoot me in the head bit. Was that was cute. But then after that, you're convinced that everything else happening after that was real. So, he comes home, has that little bit of confidence, knocks on her door and just starts kissing her, and I'm sure a lot of other people thought this too, like, oh, whoa, sexual assault. But then she closes the door and wraps her arms around him. You're like, oh, okay, I feel better now. But still, you feel a little weird about it. But maybe there was some stuff off screen. Maybe they had a little romance, and she's digging it. Obviously, it works out because they're hanging out. She's going with him to the hospital. She's going with him to the show. And she starts hanging out with him, and in the back of my mind, I'm thinking, where's the daughter? Does she have a babysitter? What's going on? And it's in the back of your mind, but you don't really address it because you're just along for the ride. But then what they do to reveal that none of that happened, and that she is a caring mother, and that she doesn't just go out and says a bunch of bullshit. Like, he probably did stalk her to go to the bank, but after that, I think everything else was just him. Like when he goes on the show and reveals to the audience, "Oh, I love my mother," and blah, and everyone's like, "Oh," and Robert De Niro's like, "I wish I had a son like you." Oh, mwah, mwah, starts kissing him, and that was his fantasy. And so he's got this deranged view of the world, and look, his life sucks. But when shit starts going awry, and when Thomas Wayne punches him, I mean, shit, and then he meets little Bruce Wayne and what I could assume is Alfred, but I don't know. I mean, whatever. Alfred can't always be skinny with white hair and whatever. He was British. That's all we care about. But they made him out to be a dick, and they made Thomas Wayne made him out to be a dick too, which, that's something else to think about too, because every time I hear Thomas Wayne was a savior, Thomas Wayne was a philanthropist, I'm like, okay, maybe the Joker's right, maybe the clowns and the citizens of Gotham, which I'll get to that next, because that's another favorite part of my one of the things I loved about this movie. Well, actually, let's get to it now, because the way Gotham City was portrayed is probably one of my favorite parts of the movie, because throughout the whole movie I'm thinking, okay, this is a origin story about a crazy man who becomes a criminal and is able to rile up all these people behind him, and you get to see that through the process. And it's not even his fault, it's the media. It's like he kills those 3 people in the subway out of self-defense, but then again he kind of did snap because he'd been having a bad day and that guy planted a gun on him and he found out about it, and he's thinking, okay, well, gotta defend myself because I keep getting my ass kicked. And sure enough, he gets his ass kicked because he has that nervous tick where he's laughing all the time, and all he can do is laugh, and people are afraid of it, and it makes them nervous. And so he shoots them, and it feels good. And he even tells the lady, or tells whoever, I think it was that one guy from the hospital, like, yeah, I did something really bad, and it felt really good. Didn't feel a thing. And so he finds out that everyone else doesn't like the bourgeoisie. They don't like the rich, and everyone's getting fucked over. And it's a whole subplot of classism and rich versus the poor, and one by one people are putting on the clown masks. And every story you see of the Joker, you're thinking, how the fuck did he get all these people to dress up like clowns and follow him? This is stupid. Why is this a thing? Just get a job or whatever. And I think that about a lot of goons. I think the disposable, faceless goon thing in every superhero, story is kind of like, where did they get all these people? Is there that many people that are lost and directionless, and they just need a madman to get behind? I mean, I guess people could relate it to Trump and the Trumpers, but I don't want to get political with it. I'm just saying, you got these people with these ideals, and maybe it is easier than we think to get everyone into one cult mind. But I like the way they did it without getting too like political, or oh, this is real life. It's a mirror. They're holding it in front of our faces. Like maybe. Or maybe it's just a story about the Joker, a character we all know. We all know walking into this movie that he's a crazy killer. You're just seeing how he is formed. It just so happens that it's done in a very realistic way that kind of makes us stop and think. And you've seen it. It's a crazy, mentally ill psychopath first. And then you have these people of Gotham, and I like the way they set up the Gotham. The even the architecture was like not too. It was New York. It was 1970s New York, but it wasn't like 1970s New York. It still had some like, I don't know. It reminded me of like Arkham City, or just on the street, just boots on the ground, just. I love the super rats. Me and Jeremy just saw a super rat walk by in one of the scenes, and we're like, "Whoa! Did you see that? Did you see that?" So that was funny. But no, I liked how they portrayed Gotham City. It was like its own little character, which is great because a good Batman story should have a good Gotham as its own character, because it's just filled with a bunch of disgruntled people that just want to wreck shit, and that's how the Joker's army starts. He doesn't take over the entire city, but by the end of that movie, you see all these people pretty much behind him. Worshiping him like a martyr. He didn't die, but he's their hero. He stood up. He made that statement, which that final scene where he shoots Robert De Niro, they kept that scene going on for so long. I was afraid he was going to shoot the lady. I knew he was going to shoot Robert De Niro, or maybe I just thought he was going to shoot himself, because he kind of lingers on that one line, right? If I kill myself, I hope I'm worth cents, or the one with the cents, with CENTS. He was looking at that. I'm like, oh shit, is he gonna go out like that? Is this just one story? Is the Joker gonna die right here and they're gonna show it? But I mean, he's been practicing the whole movie. You knew it was gonna be something different. And sure enough, and they don't even glorify it. They don't even like slow it down, or they don't like show a reaction from someone standing by. They don't show Mark Maron going, "Oh my god, listen to my podcast, what the fuckers?" And he just shoots them. It was like a scene from any show, like Faces of Death style. It was just like, whoa. And it was realistic. The brains? I mean, who's to say how much of the blood in this movie was CGI and what was real? Let's just get to the scene that I loved. The scene where he murders the fat guy. I mean, oh my god. This is when you get to just peak Joker. And again, I love this Joker. I don't respect him per se, but he's the Joker. Everyone wants to love a certain kind of Joker, and maybe this is my favorite Joker. I don't know. I love Hamill's Joker, but just because of him and Batman, him and Conroy's Batman, it's got to be them two together. Just Joker by himself, this is his origin. He doesn't need Batman, at least not yet. This is just a psychopath who puts on paint, who wants to be the comedian, who's found out that his life is just it's not a tragedy, it's a comedy. He kills his mom because he finds out that his mom was lying, and he's crazy. He's like, oh, I don't want that. It's just, I don't know, it all escalates to that scene where he's putting on his face paint, and he's not all the way Joker yet, but he's pretty much there mentally, because he kills, who does he kill? Well, he doesn't kill the officers yet. That was like, man, that was another crazy scene. Everyone in the media made it out to seem like he just does mass murder. And even the rioters don't even do mass murder. There's no mass murder. He shoots 3 people in the train, and then the 2 detectives, one of them ends up shooting a bystander, and that's why they get, they get got. And then he just kills Robert De Niro, and it's like, well, yeah, he's the Joker. He's gonna shoot someone and say something funny, and no one's gonna like it. Everyone's gonna be like running around, and the Joker. That is some Joker shit. But the scene that really foreshadowed what happens in his apartment when he's just angry that he got fired, and he's like kicking you hear what sounds like him kicking someone, but it's really he's kicking some trash bags out in the alley, and it's just showing him go full like Joker, stomping a mud hole in someone and walking in dry. I was like, wow, okay, he's got his little bits of rage, but it's all gonna just culminate to like something just truly. And he lets it all out on this dude, and he could have just stabbed him in the eye, could have just stabbed him in the neck. I mean, I'm looking at my pair of scissors right now, and I'm not going to look at them the same way again. I'm just going to like, but this guy fucked him over. He did. I think he even got him in trouble for like, oh, he has my gun. So he did something. He was on the Joker's naughty list. And I mean, if you've seen the scene, I mean, it was a murder scene. And to top it off, he's banging his head against the thing like the fucking the Raid. And and he's doing this gruesome shit, and meanwhile, a little guy is like off camera, just doing the wackiest scream. Oh no, Arthur, no! Why would you do that? Oh, maybe this movie is affecting me. It's such a dark movie, but if you look at it as everyone's saying this isn't a comic book movie. This is not. Dude, it's a comic book movie. It's about the Joker. It's about Gotham City losing its shit because a clown starts killing some rich people, and that's what everyone else wants to do. And we don't get a fucking hero until, what, 15 years later? 20 years later? Because guess what happens in the riots? One of them shoots the Waynes. And poor little Bruce, he's just standing there. Come on, Bruce, you could have done something. I'm just kidding. Bruce was just like a little innocent kid, and his innocence is stripped away from him as her pearl necklace is ripped from her neck and the beads falling onto the ground. Oh no. Oh yeah, they show it. Whatever, I don't care. It's whatever. But no, he's stabbing the dude in his apartment. I think he stabs him a few times and starts beating his head against the side of the door. The little guy's screaming, "Oh no, Arthur! How could you do? Why would ah?" And he's just sitting down, and he's got the blood. And I was like, I couldn't help but look at the blood on his face. I'm like, is that CGI? Why couldn't they just splatter blood on him? Like, why they gotta CGI the blood on it? But whatever. That's just me being a detail-oriented asshole. It was a good scene. And then the part that just escalated it even more was like, he lets the little guy go. I'm trying to look for the name of the little guy. The midget. Sorry. Little guy. Why is little person better than midget? That's what I want to know. Who makes up these rules? Dwarf, imp, little guy. I'm just saying little guy, but if somebody called me a little guy, I'm 5'3", maybe 5'2". I'm probably gonna get to 5'2" within a few years. Let's just say 5'3". Even 5'3" is tiny. I don't know how many motherfuckers come into my work and they're just like freakishly tall, but that's just the normal height to them. Even the women that come in, they're like, they got that Scandinavian blood. They're just huge. So even as me, if I'm 5'3", I'm fucking short. Because I hear people all the time saying 5'8", 5'9" is short. I'm like, fuck you. But also, man, I must be really short. Like if I were to go anywhere else, San Antonians are pretty short. I think where I'm at now, I'm still short, but I'm not like little person short. So when I hear a little person being called a little person, that offends me. So I'm like, I wouldn't want to be called a little person. But because they have that, it's like that distinction, between someone who's just really short and then a little person. I don't know. It's like, what's Krillin? I don't think Krillin's a midget. Or a little person. But they make him really small. But he gets to date Android 18, and she's like, really tall and fine. Because he has a good heart, I guess. Or maybe because he's, I don't know, the strongest human on Earth. And probably, wreck shop on that P word. Who knows? Who knows? I never really, we'll never know. Toriyama never, drew that episode. Not too late. Still out there. Not to get off topic, but yeah, he lets the little guy go. But not even 5 minutes before that, you see the Joker lock the door with the little chain. And we're not thinking anything of it. We're just thinking, oh, he's locking the door behind him. He's gonna murder them. Because he's the Joker. And the poor little guy can't reach the chain. And the whole audience in my at the showing was like, ah. Some of us laughed. I might have laughed a little bit. And he jumps a little, like twice, and then he realizes he can't reach it. And dude, the guy is so fucking sad. Like that's the most tortured character. And of course, Joker's like, oh, and then he laughs. Because at this point, he's just like feeling himself. He's like just laughing, cheesing. He gets up and he undoes the lock, closes the door again. You're like, oh man, are you gonna kill him? Come on. And he's like, you're the only person that was ever nice to me. You're my only friend. And he kisses him on the forehead, and then he leaves. And dude, you're like, okay, Arthur Fleck, this motherfucker, this Joker, Joaquin Phoenix, you love the guy, but god damn it, he just, It's throughout the whole movie. He becomes this evil son of a bitch. But it's like, okay, now you know why. Because A, he's fucking crazy. And society doesn't give a shit. Society doesn't give a shit about the people trying to help the crazy people. And I'm sure later on, at the end of the movie, when he's straight up in Arkham Asylum, that's what it seems like. Let me double check, because I'm on the, I'm on the plot on Wikipedia. Arthur is imprisoned in an asylum. Arkham Asylum. Laughing to himself, his psychiatrist asks him to tell a joke. He replies that she would not understand. Arthur then runs from the orderlies, leaving a trail of bloodied footprints. Now that was cool. It's just one of those things where it was comical because they're doing the Scooby-Doo run across the hallways, but he left a trail of footprints. And if anyone who's ever played Metal Gear Solid, you leave footprints from a puddle that you stepped on. He killed the orderly. If you want it explained, all those people that go to Joker Explained, top 10 things you missed in the Joker, all these YouTube videos. I'll watch some reviews, but these explained videos are like, maybe sometimes I'll just be excited about a film and I want to just see what other people thought about the ending. But yeah, I mean, I guess they don't spell it out for you, but it looked like to me that that's the Joker present day. He looked a little older. He lost the green hair. It's more like peppered in now. He's got the beard, kind of the shadow going in his face. And when he's chuckling to himself about a joke and tells her that she wouldn't get it, and they cut to Bruce Wayne and the two dead parents, I thought of two things. One, is this movie suggesting that the whole entire movie was just in his imagination and that he's just a crazy dude in an asylum? Or B, everything was real, which I'm gonna pretty much just agree that it's real, and that he somehow knew about Bruce Wayne, or at least Thomas Wayne, being murdered and left little Bruce on his own, and that's the joke, because he was left alone, and in his sick, twisted Joker mind, this little boy's all alone, like me, like I was. It's just, I don't know. Or maybe he's just talking shit because he's the Joker. I love this movie. Let's see if I wrote any more. I wanted to do a who, what, when, where, why. Pretty much covered everything. Had a good soundtrack. I like his little dance down the steps, from the trailer. He's in the full Joker costume, and they're showing that one song. Ba, 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 ba-da, ba-da, ah. From the Jock Jam CD, and from every basketball game ever. He's just getting hyped. He's getting pumped for the game. The grand show. I killed those 3 men and I didn't feel a thing. I felt good. I'm working on my Joker voice. Coming to theaters 2024. Alan Leos as the Joker, 2. T-O-O. I never wanted to be a Joker for like Halloween or anything. It's like everyone's doing their face up as the Joker. I'm like, it's tacky. It's dumb, but I don't know, man. I really like this movie. I don't think I'd dress like him because I can't get that skinny, and I'm not that tall. This Joker was pretty tall. Again, I'm a short motherfucker. I just cannot bring myself to portray tall characters. It goes bad enough that I went as the Man in Black to Cheyenne's Halloween party with my ex. The man Ed Harris is pretty tall, but I still did it. I like being a cowboy. That was fun. Yeah. It's a good movie. Good soundtrack. Trying to think. Oh, the scene when he's trying to act cool in front of the two cops, then runs into the glass door. It's kind of funny. Okay. Nitpicking time, because I can't give this movie all the blowjobs. I got a few nitpicks. I got some bones to pick. Joker. For one, where are the tits? I'm just kidding. His Notebook had some tits. I'm not gonna go there, but everyone likes some tits, right? Anywho, that aside, the part when he runs into the door, that was funny. A good laugh moment, good like whoa, it was even loud and everyone kind of jumped. But then the fucking cop has to audibly say, "That's a glass door." Like, come on. It's like this scene in National Treasure. Or the only reason I remember this scene is because I used to work at the movie theater when it came out, and I was an usher, and I'd walk into the movie to see how everyone was doing and see if the movie was going to end, so I can get the trash cans ready. And there's a scene, I think it's the first, maybe the second National Treasure. One of those sons of bitches. They're in some kind of like temple or underground Indiana Jones looking place, and they have to like do some kind of puzzle, and all the water is like filling up, and like there's a chick, and then and Nicolas Cage and maybe somebody else is there, and they're about to drown, and they finally figure it out. And instead of you could see the water going down, and so they're able to go to the next part. But then they add in, I want to say it's like post, shoot. You just hear Nicolas Cage, "The water's going down!" Like, no shit. Oh, man. That kind of shit's funny. There's this other movie I watched on Lifetime. I'm pretty sure nobody's going to get this, because I only saw this when I was in my grandma's room. She used to watch Lifetime every night. They always had a movie, and I would only be in there because that was the only room in the house with the computer. And I wanted to go on my AOL Instant Messenger to talk to Grace, because that's how we talked back then. This was like 2003 or whatever. And there's this movie. There's like a fireman, and he's like trying to rescue this chick. And then this fire is about to explode. And like he tackles her, and they land inside the sewer or in some kind of tunnel. And then the fire goes off. And he's got the chick, and they're laying down on the ground, and the fire's going over them, and it goes up to up through the sewer or the manhole cover or whatever. And it's like, oh, okay, yeah, he saved her. But then he has to tell her, heat rises. Ugh. Like, really? How many lonely housewives are watching this shit? They're gonna be thinking, how did that fire just go over them? I'm calling Lifetime. Like, no, heat rises. Don't worry about it, lady. The man explained to you. Don't worry, the water is going down. In case you were confused. But no, the cop revealing that the door was indeed glass. It wasn't as annoying, but it's one of those little nitpicks where you could have done without it, but whatever. There was one part that I did love. It was like, you wouldn't be able to hear it unless you were just like, I don't know, paying attention. It's when he goes to the stand-up club for the first time, and he's getting ready, and you hear the other guy that's on stage, and he sounded like a normal-ass stand-up comic, but just what he said was pretty hilarious. He's like, women like to convince, or no, hold on, I'm gonna try to get it right here. He said something like, women like to see men as cars. Will it keep me safe? How is it expensive? And he was comparing men to cars, like, but then men compare women to parking spots. And he said, "Oh man, like, He's like something about, is it available? I don't know. I'm butchering it, but the punchline was like, "Oh, you go to the handicap. I hope no one's looking." It said something like that. It was funny. It was funny. Just watch the movie or watch it again, and maybe when it comes out on Blu-ray or Netflix or whatever, you can just put the subtitles on. It'll probably show it. But I want to know who that comedian was. I thought that was funny. But yeah, and then, okay, the one nitpick I have, and me and Jeremy both caught it, and it happened to be during one of the most important scenes in the film, and I haven't looked up any research, but I'm probably going to look it up right now anyway. Actually, I want to do it while I'm talking about it. There's a scene, it's when he's shooting those 3 guys in the subway, and he gets the... hold on, I'm trying to type. Oh, hold on. Aurora. It's just talking about the Aurora shooting. Oh man. Look, I don't see anybody. I shouldn't say that. People just shoot up things out of nowhere. Anyway, he's shooting the people, and he gets that what I'm assuming was a 6-shooter. Now, if it was a 9-round revolver, then okay, I have no problem. But if it was a 6-round, maybe I don't know enough about guns, and maybe I can ask my friend Chad about this, or maybe even Alex knows. Actually, I'm gonna look up the Joker movie gun. He shoots everyone in the... oh man, they're showing the Jack Nicholson gun that's like 3 feet long. That's funny. Okay, I'm seeing the gun right now. Now I'm assuming it's 5 or 6 rounds. Jeremy counted. I counted in my head. He counted on his fingers just to make sure. He uses... I'm pretty sure it was 9 shots. It's one of those cases where, unless you're counting the rounds, you're not thinking about it. But he shoots the first guy twice. He shoots, and then shoots him one more time. He shoots the second guy twice. Shoots the third guy in the leg, so he's limping away. So you're thinking he's got one more round, and so he meets him in the subway, or he's about to reach the stairs to go up to the ground level. Shoots him in the back, which you think, okay, paralyze him, or that's the kill shot. But no, he's still kind of squirming. And so by that time you're thinking, okay, he's out of bullets. So of course he's gonna go up to the guy. He's gonna look up, and it's gonna be like. Can be, you know, clicking, and he's gonna like maybe start laughing, doing his little laugh, and the guy's just there bleeding out, like ah, and then the Joker's gonna like do a dance or do something where he looks scared, because you know this is still when he was Arthur. He's probably gonna start laughing, and then like keep clicking. Maybe he runs away nervously, but the guy, you know, ultimately just bleeds out and dies. But instead, he shoots him 3 more times. Where did those 3 rounds come from? Now, you can say, okay, Alan, you're looking too far into this. This didn't ruin the movie, and it didn't ruin the movie. It's still very visceral, very loud. These 3 kids who are picking on that one girl, throwing fries at her, whatever. They're dicks. You don't care. They're rich. And then, you know, your protagonist, or, you know, the Joker guy, it would have been a nice twist, and maybe I'll look it up later. I don't think anyone's talking about it yet. I'm sure people will have like what do you call it? The video articles, a vlog, or You know, those shits they make on YouTube. The 10 things you missed. But it's one thing that I am willing to forgive because, hey, maybe it was a 9-round pistol. Maybe he reloaded when he was, you know, doing the whole, are you going in now? Are you going out? Are you going in? You're going out? He might have reloaded the gun. Who knows? I don't know. I didn't get to talk to Jeremy about it, but you know what? Nobody's talking about the gun scene, that he's had more rounds than he should have. Oh man, I'm seeing all kinds of jokers on these on the Google. See, Suicide Squad Joker has like a Glock or some kind of like modern gun with like purple and gold trim because he's like a gangster. And then he's got that one scene where he's lying on the floor and all those knives are kind of just spread throughout. He's going ah 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 ah. Oh man, this guy right here, he's real tatted up. Oh man, I'm gonna save this image. This guy is a Joker. He's a Joker. I like all the looks. I played the what do you call it? The Injustice 2. Dude, for some reason these video games can't really get it right either. I don't know. Maybe I'm picky with my designs for shit. You can't use Heath Ledger for whatever reason. I guess, you know, he's dead. That'd be kind of rude. You know what? If Jared Leto didn't have all those shitty tattoos, it could have worked. He's the right frame, the right, you know. I don't know. I really, before this movie, I didn't know what was the preferred Joker for my own personal taste. But this was pretty cool. It was like an older design as far as like the paint goes on his face, and the suit's kind of based off of the 60s version. And just, you know, the juxtaposition of the happy face paint and the way he's just sad and walking around and dancing, but he's about to murder someone. It's the Joker. It's good old fashioned Joker fun, and everyone should go see it. And just ignore the part when he shoots the guy 9 times without reloading. It's fine. You're gonna forget. You're not gonna count. You don't know what guns do. Maybe he had the extended mag. He unlocked it, you know. Who knows? Is it going to be in another movie? People are saying no. But I don't know. Because Joaquin Phoenix didn't completely lose his mind. He seems fine. As he's on interviews. He's just chilling. He was on Jimmy Fallon, and Jimmy Fallon couldn't handle it. And he like kind of walked off doing like a bit. And so Joaquin Phoenix just sits in Jimmy Fallon's seat. And he's just running the show. And Jimmy Fallon sits down and like starts talking about some gibberish, and I don't know, man. He's a cool dude. He's vegan, if that matters. It's kind of points off for me, but whatever. Whatever, you know. Everyone's got their thing, you know. He's a vegan Joker. Take that however you will. But I don't know. I'd like to see him again, but I don't have to. If it's just a one-off film, then it's a pretty good film. People are talking about Oscar worthy. All right. I like the soundtrack. I don't know if it's going to get any Oscars. I mean, I'd have to watch the movie again to really pick up on original score. I just picked up on some of the musical cues, like whenever somebody was talking and he like the music would kind of kick in like when he gets angry or whatever. But I don't know. We'll see how people feel about this movie in like a month when people forget and be like, oh yeah, the Joker came out. Oh yeah. But let's hope that this is a nice kick in the right direction for other filmmakers to get these super cool comic book characters and make real stories out of them. Make some hard R, just funny, violent ass movies that are just gonna kick us in the G-string. You know, I think we need some shit like this. It's just too soft out there, man. Let people make a good Joker movie where we can actually fear both the Joker and the maniac that lives within all of us. I think we're all a little crazy. That's why we get excited for some of the scenes and get scared at the others. And it's all pretty wacky. But yeah, Joaquin Phoenix, Zazie Beetz did a good job, even if the scenes were just imagination. It was still pretty good. You know, the part when she finds out that he's in her apartment, just her acting of like, okay, she obviously hasn't been fucking around with this guy because she's scared, but and God, just the way he laughs, but you can tell he's just really, really depressed and wanting to cry, but he can't cry. Like, when he finds out about the mom and he's holding the files in the hallway, you see a little child just lost and afraid, and he just starts laughing. This poor kid. The more and more I'm talking about this, I'm just getting behind him. Maybe I'm I don't know. Maybe I want to just start getting Joker tattoos and finding a girlfriend that looks like Harley Quinn, and we'll just go to Comic-Con. She can be the new, what's that new movie coming out with the Birds of Prey? Oh yeah, no more Mr. J. I'm gonna cut my hair. And she cuts her hair, and alright, it looks okay. It looks fun. It's like a fun romp. Again, not taking it too seriously, but you know, look, if DC wants to go dark, let it go dark. I don't know. Just saying. Here we go. Social commentary. Joker deals with the themes of mental illness and its effects, and its depiction of the Joker has been described as reminiscent of those who commit mass shootings in the United States, as well as members of the online incel community. Fuck you. I didn't want to shoot anyone after that. I mean, I did get worried after seeing the movie and then seeing Joaquin Phoenix on the Jimmy Kimmel show. You just can't see Joaquin Phoenix sitting in a chair the same way, because you're just thinking of the movie and what he does in the movie, and you're like, whoa, shit, this is gonna but yeah, it's funny. Let's see. Some writers have expressed concern that the Joker's sympathetic portrayal of a homicidal maniac could inspire real-world violence. Richard Lawson of Vanity Fair found the film too sympathetic towards, quote, white men who commit heinous crimes. Sorry, I've been listening to too many hardcore histories. End quote. And that the social politics ideologies represented in the film are evils that are far more easily identifiable to people, quote, who shoot up schools and concerts and churches, who gun down the women and men they covet and envy, who let loose some spirit of anarchic animus upon the world. There's almost a woebegone mythos. What? Woebegone? Woebegone mythos placed on them in the search for answers. What the fuck? Look, these bastards who want to shoot up people who have these problems, if they're gonna see this movie and let it be their excuse, I don't know. It is a little... It's thinking about what could happen, how certain people could take this movie. You could watch a number of other movies and feel the same way. It's an interesting time. It's an interesting time. see. It won the Venice Film Festival. Oh, wow. The Toronto International Film Festival. It won that. Joaquin Phoenix for the TIFF Tribute Actor Award. And, yeah. No planned sequels. While Phillips said in August 2019 that he would be interested in making a sequel depending on the film's performance, and if Phoenix is interested, he later clarified that the movie is not set up to have a sequel. We always pitched as one movie, and that's it. And then something about Elseworlds. It could launch. Let's say, okay. Warner Brothers intends for Joker to launch DC Black. Not to be confused with Blacked. You know, the porno site. Sorry, Mom. Warner Brothers intends for Joker to launch DC Black, the line of DC Comics-based films unrelated to the DCEU, with darker, more experimental material, similar to comic imprints such as Elseworlds. And I'm not going to go into that because, you know, that's enough. That's enough nerding out for today. That's it. That's the Joker. I said this wouldn't be a long episode, but we're at an hour and a half. Let's just cut it off here. I had fun. We talked about the Joker. We talked about the chicken sandwich tournament of power. KFC enters the fray. Who's going to be next? Will it be... It will not be Churches. Hell no. Will it be Wendy's? Will the Bret Hart theme come on and Wendy's comes in? Why is it saying too high? Okay. Wait, I'm looking at my level. Or could it be Wendy's? Or could it be... I don't know. Dude, Popeyes, what the fuck? Order more buns. This is stupid. What the fuck, internet? Find something else to do. Quit taking away my chicken sandwiches. I want to get this thing over with. We can't just keep it going. This isn't The Walking Dead, alright? We can't just keep... I don't even like chicken sandwiches. I just want normal chicken and normal burgers. Give me that freedom. This has been Alan. My name's Alan. Maybe next time I'll get some guests, but for now, thank you for tuning in. Thank you for stopping by. And you know what? I just realized I'm looking at the clock, and it's going to be longer than an hour and a half because that commercial or review that I kind of put in there, I didn't really account for that. So, hey, whatever. We're not all perfect. All my episodes are like 2 hours long anyway, right? But I'm probably gonna hit up some The Witness, maybe. Dude, that game makes me feel so stupid. I can't. Maybe the guys are online. We'll do some Overwatch. I don't know, but you know, you have a good one. And I was about to say this hasn't been an over midnight episode, but it is. It was October 5th. Now it's October 6th. Dude, time's flying. Hurry up with this cold front everyone's talking about. Everyone's talking about a cold front. I think they're just making it up. I'm about to look it up right now. Before I go, if you're listening, if you live in San Antonio, well, the last episode you heard Josh say it, and since then, nothing. Am I too loud? I'm like standing right next to the mic. I'm probably too loud. Alright, whatever. It's 83. Ooh, a little shooting star went across my screen. That was cute. Oh, jeez, what the fuck? Alright. It says Sunday, 97 degrees. 70 low. Monday, 83 degrees, 64 low. Ooh. It'll eventually get to maybe as low as 64, but it won't be 64 all day. Ugh. I'm rolling my eyes. You can't see it, but I'm rolling my eyes. Tuesday, 86 degrees, 67 low. Oh boy. Let me bust out the old jacket. And Wednesday, we're back to a nice 93 degrees, 75 low. I don't believe it for a second. It's probably going to rain. There's going to be a tornado. I don't believe these weather wizards. It's fake news. It's fake news. Prove me wrong. I kind of want to do some prove me wrongs, and I think Josh Foz, little Fozzie Bears, is the perfect candidate to have the prove me wrongs. I know Popcorn Planet does it with Andy Signor. He goes to the convention because the Steven Crowder does the prove me wrong. He'll go to like a college campus and hold up a sign. There are only two genders. Prove me wrong. And he'll be at the table. He's real conservative, but he'll get these liberals to sit down, and he's like, prove me wrong. And of course they're freaking the fuck out. They're triggered. They're like, look, this is why people like you are disgusting. Fuck you. Fuck you. And like, I'm just trying to have a civil discussion. And while I don't agree with them most of the time, I find it really fascinating that a lot of these people in college who should be smart and educated, they should be able to have a nice, logical, well-meaning discussion. I mean, sure, he doesn't want to be proven wrong, maybe, but if you have a nice conversation and you back up your shit and know what you're talking about instead of just saying and spouting bullshit that you hear off the internet that makes you sound better than what you really are, then maybe you might be able to, I don't know, at least make him look a fool, but nobody's been able to do it. So it's pretty crazy. It's fascinating how a lot of people on the left out there, they just don't sound very appealing to be around. But anywho, Andy Signor does the same thing with comic book type shit. Like one of his episodes, he goes to a comic book convention, holding up a sign saying, "Black Widow does not deserve her own solo movie. Prove me wrong." Or another one, "There shouldn't be a female Thor. Prove me wrong." And on the surface, it looks like he just doesn't want a female Thor movie, but really his argument was there should be a new character, and you should have a female character that stands alone as its own great character and doesn't have to piggyback off of the success of Thor. And instead of just making everyone and flipping them and making them a female, you should have more characters on their own who are female, maybe with similar abilities. And that's kind of what female Thor is, or Lady Thor, but they don't make it very clear in the whole MCU announcements or whatever. And of course people get triggered and they go up to him and they're like, "How dare you, there needs to be a female Thor." And then he's like talking to them and they're trying to have conversations, and maybe he's being a troll, maybe he's not. It's all for entertainment, but really a couple of them will have some good conversations, and it's just really cool to see people actually think things through and really talk about this shit, because a lot of people are just we got these little talking points and we're just ready to pounce them on people and ready to just go, "Well, that's what I heard." And when you question it, and maybe we're all guilty of it. You say something and like maybe let's say I'm trying to defend The Last Jedi, because I'm always trying to defend The Last Jedi, and someone says, well, why did you think it was good? And of course I'm thinking, well, what do you mean why? I just liked it, okay? Well, why? Explain. And your first reaction is like, oh, look at this pompous asshole. He wants me to explain so he can prove me wrong. When really, maybe they just want to know why. Maybe they just want to hear my side. Same with politics. It should ideally be the same with politics or religion or anything like that, but we just take it so deep down to heart with Star Wars, with comic books, with Disney bullshit. So many people out there just taking this shit way too personally. Like when Disney lost Spider-Man and everyone was losing their shit. And I thought, well, I mean, that's business. They could make Spider-Man movies still. It's not the end of the world. But everyone thought Sony Pictures was being greedy. But I don't want to go too far into it. That's a whole nother subject, and my voice is already cracking up, so... My point is, it'd be nice to have guests on here, and I could just have some conversations with, some arguments, some discussions. Discussions are never fun, especially when you're in a relationship and you're having to defend your ideals to someone who may or may not know anything about you, but it could be fun if you do it right, with some good spirit. You know, I'd like to talk about... I mean, I'm down to talk about anything, really. I mean, talk about the Joker. I'm going to be thinking about the Joker for a while. I kind of want to see it again. I think everyone should see it. And yeah, catch me on the podcast, Maibalzich podcast. This is episode 9. As far as I know, it's on Google. We're on Google, Spotify, Anchor, a couple other places, but I don't think anyone has those apps. But yeah, I'm on here. I'll try to get this up on YouTube as soon as I can. I got some Let's Play podcasts of me playing some video games. Hopefully the next game will be a little more entertaining with some action. And maybe some other videos. I'm still trying to get the hang of it. Hopefully, if I can get some more time and some more energy. I just don't have any more energy. I need to get more sleep. I should go to sleep right now. It's 12:30 a.m. But we'll see. But yeah, I'll get all that out there. I'm still trudging through, baby steps. Still baby Maibalzich. Who knows? Hopefully, in my 10th episode, my double digits, I could do something special. In fact, maybe I'll just wait it off and just wait for... I want to make it special. To all 3 of you who listen to my show, I want to thank you. I've made 50 cents so far on Anchor. I might set up some kind of other form of, some fundraising, because while this thing isn't really expensive to run per se, I'm still very, 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 very broke. And if this could be something that I can do and it makes people happy, or just gets the time going, I don't know, it's something that I want to get into, and I'm not good at it now, but if I can get more people, and if I could just learn how to, express myself and talk and get to know people and get other people out of their shell. Maybe I have some friends that are hidden gems. And that's all I'm about, just getting people out, and I don't know, I have some I know some people. They's got shit to say, and you gonna hear it. Alright, that's it. For real this time. This has been the Maibalzich podcast. I'm Alan. It's your boy. Have fun. Join us back on episode 10. It's gonna be a barn burner. And go watch the Joker and play some video games. Everyone's bummed out. Don't buy some shoes. Fuck Yeezys. It's a scam. Buy a PlayStation. All these old people coming into work. Dude, quit coming in every day. Stay home. Rest. You've done enough. Order some pizza and play some video games. You still got fingers, old man. Jesus. Alright, I'm out of here. Just play some video games already. Just play some games.